Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a first impression on a new foundation. It's going to be a first impression on the new L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation. I had picked this up recently in a Ulta haul, and I said that I wanted to do a first impression. A lot of people have been doing reviews on this, but most of the people I've been seeing doing it have really dry skin, so I wanted to see how it performed on oily skin. I picked up the shade N2. Normally in the L'Oreal, I'm a C2, but the lightest color they had in the C range was a C3, which was just a little bit too deep for me. So I decided to pick up N2 because it looks like a little bit better of a color match. So anyways, this is going to be a first impression of my thoughts, opinions, kind of how it wears out throughout the day. I'll keep you guys updated and things like that. You like how I have scrubs on in the background? Pause. Because that's what today is. It's watching scrubs. So you open the foundation and it has a mirror right there, which is pretty nifty. Then it comes with a little spongy applicator. And then you open it up and it has this little seal, which I'm going to take off. And then you have the cushion foundation right here. Now, a lot of people have been using cushion foundations if they're really dry, just because the formulation, it's a more of a bouncy, moisturizing consistency. But I've never tried a cushion foundation before, and honestly, I can't remember how much I paid. I want to say because I did have a coupon and there was a sale, it was $11. I could be wrong. I could be totally off. I want to say it was no more than $15 though, which for drugstore, I mean, some people are like, oh my gosh, that's so expensive for drugstore. But honestly, all the cushion foundations that I know of that are high-end, like Lancome, I'm trying to think else who has one. A couple of other like Korean brands have them, but they're like $50. I've already primed my face. I went in with the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm and then the Boots No. 7 matte on my T-zone. So I honestly don't know the best way to apply this. I'm just going to use this little sponge thing, I guess. I've never seen this applied before. I've just heard people talk about it. So this is just going to be a journey for all of us. So I'm just sticking it in there. And I guess I dab it. Do I dab or rub? I would assume dab. That's actually really good coverage. This is really hard to keep on my hand though. That's just one half of my face right here. That's actually really decent coverage. And the color is really nice too.
I'm going to spread some more out. Huh.
Okay, this is really hard though to get into like the crevice areas of the face. I felt like I could get pretty much all of this half of my face just doing one little pat. So I'm going to do that on this side. I'm patting it in because I feel like if I were to swipe it, it would just all come off. Now, since this is a cushion, it's also supposed to have a luminous finish, so I'm interested to see how that looks on me. I typically stay away from luminous foundations just because I am oily, so almost any foundation is going to turn luminous on me eventually, but...
Can I use something else to apply it because this sponge thing is killing me?
I'm going to go in with my Morphe M439 brush. I'm just going to dab a little bit in.
Oh, wow. Let's see if I can just buff that in. To skin. That definitely gives more coverage. It's a little bit easier to work with as well. Oh, not right there, is it?
Try this. Oh yeah, this feels like the easiest way to do it. It's just taking a sponge, like a beauty blender or the Real Techniques one. I'm like so glowy. This is like bizarre for me. That's actually really good coverage. I think the key is you can't press too hard. Like I'm literally, I'll show you guys how I'm doing it. I'm just going bounce and then going over. kind of build it up because I am breaking out, like always, right here, here, just all over my face. So I'm just bouncing it to build up the coverage because I feel like if you were to press it in, you might get too much product. This is so bizarre having a dewy foundation on my face. Like I look alive. Honestly, I'm loving this foundation. Like no lie. We'll see how it wears. But just the application of it, I'm loving. And you can build it up. Like honestly, I've made this full coverage. Like wow, I would only have to go in with a little bit of concealer. This is awesome. I feel like I got good enough coverage right now, and honestly, first thoughts on how it looks, I'm really digging it. I'm not one who normally goes with more luminous foundations just because I am so oily that it's gonna slide all right off anyways. But I feel so like glowy and alive. This is so weird. I feel like the color is a really good match. I was able to build it up to full coverage. I think the Real Technique sponge was the easiest way to apply it. Got some creasing under the eye, but well, alright, so I'm going to put on the rest of my makeup, then I will update you guys right after that. Alright, so update number 1, I have applied the rest of my makeup. So far, the foundation has held up really nicely. Had a little bit on my lip. Obviously, I went over and above with highlighting, which is why I'm beaming like a disco ball. I did set it with a little bit of powder, so it is a little bit more matte than the initial finish, but I tried not to do it too much. I just used my Maybelline Fit Me Powder Foundation versus like an actual setting powder. That way I wouldn't disturb too much the finish of the foundation. So we will see how it holds up throughout the day, and I will keep you guys updated. Hey guys, so quick little update on the foundation. I just got back from lunch with my friend, and I've been wearing the foundation for past probably 4 or 5 hours, and it's holding up so good so far. I did have some come off of my chin, mostly because I was eating, and of course the dreaded bottom lip touching my bottom or my chin, but otherwise it's coming off a little bit along the jaw, which that usually typically happens for me. Oh, I got black right above my eyebrow. That's attractive, not. But other than that, so far it is holding up really nicely. I'm not getting like any oil coming off my nose or anything like that, which is super nice. So I will probably update you guys again when it gets closer to me actually taking out my makeup. So stay tuned. Hey guys, so final update on the foundation. I'm in my closet because this has the best lighting in the house. So I have been wearing it for, I'm going to say 8 to 9 hours already today. And honestly, I am really super impressed with this. Having oily skin, this has lasted all day long. Super good coverage. It's not like slipping or sliding off. I've only had it like kind of on the lower jawline for me touching and eating and stuff. It come off, but honestly, that's something a touch-up can fix up pretty quickly. Otherwise, it is looking super good. So my final kind of thoughts and impressions is this is a fantastic foundation. I'm going to look up the price and leave it linked down below because I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I think it is totally worth it. Excellent foundation. I plan to keep using it. So I highly recommend it, but even if you have oily skin, I think you can totally make it work. I think it's a great foundation. So anyways, I'm gonna take my makeup off and continue to Netflix and chill. Yeah, and I don't know why I showed you my chest, but that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.